Hey folks, my name's Jennison and I'm thinking about guitar. And we're stood with our pal Lee at Jet and at Spira. Listen man, we love coming to visit you, not just because the crack is excellent, but because you've always got fantastic guitars that cost, and this is an industry term, buttons. So
yeah,
what you got for us today, man?
Well, we try and offer great value for money, but we've got a load of new bits here. If you want to start from the end and work back down, so you've got the JT350, which is a kind of, obviously we do, the JT300 is kind of one of our best-selling ranges anyway, but we were like, what happens if we could pimp one out a little bit?
Yeah.
Get a P90 in the neck and get a nice candy apple red finish on it.
Very cool.
But that retails for $259 is the full retail price. In the UK, I think they're about £229.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
And the finish on that, we flip it around, just look at that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
It's just proper, obviously, standard Canadian roasted maple neck, and all the good stuff that you'd normally get on a Jet. So that, absolute beauty. And if we go along, we've got the JT350 BKM, which is, as you'll see, again, the finish on this turned out even better than we kind of hoped. It's kind of a metallic gunmetal.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Double humbucker, rosewood board, Canadian roasted maple neck, splittable humbucker on the bridge as well.
Nice.
And then our normal sort of contour.
Yeah, that's so cool, man.
Locking tuners. And again, I think in the UK, over here it retails $429. In the UK, I think that's $369.
Give or take, yeah. It's outrageous for how much guitar you're getting here. I could see myself playing that very, very comfortably. And the thing is, we've had a load of these guitars in the studio, and they're always great. There's never, sometimes you get affordable guitar brands, and there's maybe things you go, oh, the fretwork isn't that great, or the spec needs a bit of work, or this switch is in a weird place or something.
Yeah.
They all seem like they've been, you've held an artist in mind when you've been putting this together. So, I gotta ask you, right? So what's the process like for you for putting one of these instruments together? How do you spec it? Are you talking to players, or is it just your own experience?
Well, some of them are just inspired by classic models we loved from back in the day. And sometimes it'd be like, why does nobody make that anymore? Or something in that spec, or that colour, or that pickup configuration. So sometimes we just see there's a little bit of a gap for something there. But a lot of the time it's just because we like it. Right. We're all players, so obviously we know what we like, we know what kind of isn't out there, and we know what we enjoy. Yes. We do talk to players, and obviously we get a lot of feedback from people, but you kind of have to be a bit wary of that sometimes, because if you listen to everybody, then sometimes you just end up with something, you compromise it too much, and you end up with something really that actually ends up appealing to nobody when you try to appeal to everybody.
It's true, and there are these strange chimeras that exist, where it's like, who thought that was a good idea? Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. These always seem like well-considered, player-focused instruments.
Yeah, I will say the biggest force, Primoz, who's our head designer and everything, he's just got such an eye for finishes and cool finishes and colours, getting the colours right and getting the specs right, and he does an amazing job of that. But really, we just make stuff that we think's cool.
There you go.
And then we make it right.
I've got to ask you about this guy as well, with the anodised pickguard. So
well, that's the JJ350 BGT, anodised, alley pickguard, humbucker in the bridge, P90 in the neck, Canadian roasted maple neck, all the good stuff. Proper wiggle stick that you'd want.
Yeah, man. And does it work?
Yeah.
There you go.
We should have really put the trem arm on it, but I think when we were setting up,
someone will pinch it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Sometimes if you leave this stuff on, it disappears halfway through the show. I don't know what people. People steal stuff. You think, what are you going to do with that?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to alarm for this guitar that I don't know.
But I've got this.
I've got a lock and wheel nut key for a car that's not mine.
But I've got it now.
I've got it. It's mine now.
But again, this has been. We launched this, I think, only 3 or 4 months ago. And in the UK, they all disappeared straight away, and I'm just trying to get more in.
Yeah, you can see why.
Because again, it's classic, but it's cool. It's a bit different. Yeah. But it's also, it's just the beauty of that one.
It's gorgeous.
I don't think we've sent these to you guys for review.
I don't think you have.
So this would be something we probably because we sold them all.
Yeah. Well, when you've got them, stop buying them. Stop buying them till we've got to go.
No, keep buying them. Keep buying them. Don't worry about them.
Pause buying them. So I'm gonna show you my favourite one as well, because this is
Well,
this is the one I want the most.
You tried that before, I think, at Guitar Summit.
Yeah, I did, and it's absolutely glorious.
Yeah.
So this is remind me of the scale length of this. It's 28-ish.
Yeah, it's 20.
Yeah, somewhere in that. It's not 30.
It's 28.
It's not bass 6 length, but this is a baritone guitar, as you can probably tell. But it's a baritone guitar with a P90 and a humbucker, and it looks like a JM.
Yep.
And you go, this is my kind of baritone. I'm not like a metal baritone guy.
Yeah.
But I love a bari, especially for slide.
Yeah.
Like baritone slide, perfect recipe.
Yeah.
So we'll love a bit of that. And you've got Floyds now.
Yes.
So Floyd, air quotes Floyds. So is this the same trem that's on the Spira guitars?
Yes, it's the Korean made.
That's Sungil.
So you have experienced this, but it would have been on the Spira.
Yeah, it's a great trem.
But this is a new model, so this is the JS800. And I don't know if you'll get it, you probably should get it on the camera, but the kind of pickup covers are sort of a little bit kind of wooden.
Yeah.
So again, it adds a sort of boutique sort of vibes to it. With this one, this one's a slightly higher price point, so we get to put slightly more good stuff into it. So again, metallic finish, bridge.
Yeah, man, love it. So that's the direction you guys have been leaning in, kind of recently with the Elite stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that where this lives?
Yeah. I mean, this sits just under the Elite.
Okay.
So this is, I think, in the UK about £550, something like that. So, I mean, this one's a lot of guitar for the money.
It really is.
This one, you've got reverse headstock and everything as well, so it's full 80s goodness
Very nice.
in that one.
Very nice. But, I think that sounds like a perfect segue into the really heavy stuff. So we've got Spira over here.
We've got one that nobody has seen yet. So,
exciting.
Yeah,
Let's take a look.
Can you guess which one it is?
I can guess which one it is.
So,
could it be this one?
It might
by any chance
possibly be this one, which is the SR420. I mean, obviously we brought in some more extreme shapes last year with the the Explorers and the Bs, and they've been mega popular. So we were like, well, what else can we do that's cool that no one's really doing at the moment, and the price point, star shape. So we've gone for that one, and it's just an absolute.
So I have a question for you guys who are watching this. Let us know in the comments, which player do you associate with the star-shaped guitar? Now, this is not exactly the same shape, and I know folks are going to say one player in particular, which is fair.
Yeah.
But for me, whenever I see a star-shaped guitar, my mind immediately goes to Akira Takasaki from Loudness.
Yeah.
Right? It's not the same guitar; it has different headstock, but it's that kind of like super like deep 80s kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But this looks quite modern. This is like
it's our take on it, isn't it? Like everything we do, stuff's inspired, but we don't go around sort of just shamelessly copying everybody. We always like to have our own twist on it.
Not to the head, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Similar with that beat.
Like this guy with the Carl Sandoval pinstripe deal going on. Yeah. Super cool. But I love this cutaway. Yeah. That's because sometimes you find this with these Vs, especially the more aggressive, like small body Vs.
Yeah.
They're so comfortable to play until you get to the very, very top, and then you've got this chunk of guitar, like where your hand wants to go. So that's a really nice touch. So that is super cool. What else do we have over here in these gorgeous, beautiful colours?
I mean, that's obviously the S457, so there's the 7-string S series, and I mean that finish I think is probably the best-selling finish in that range, just because it's outrageous. It's outrageous, but it's cool.
I can see why. And if you guys haven't done so already, by the way, do make sure check out the video we did on this very guitar, different finish. But I got to tell you,
I think you had the grey S507.
That sounds about right. And it knocked our socks off. Man. But listen, Lee, thank you so much for taking the time to show us around the booth. We'll love the guitars. We're going to be getting more of them in over the course of the next year. So what I want you guys to do is keep your eyes on the channel. We'll be posting more Namm content as the show unfolds. And also, there'll be more content from our friends at Jet and at Spira. My name's Jennison. I'm thinking about guitar. We'll see you again very soon.